and welcome! My name is Melanie, but you can call me Melmel. Last week I took you through some of my puppy drawings, and this week we're drawing portraits. If you haven't already, be sure to like and subscribe. Have you ever used a photo reference to draw? I'm looking at photos from Pinterest on my other screen while I draw. I don't copy everything exactly, because that's rarely helpful for me, but in this case I was really trying to practice getting an accurate likeness of each person. You may have heard that drawing different features is really helpful for artists. Well, there's a specific reason for that. By drawing them, you can add them to your visual library better than if you just taken a look and then moved on. If you'd like to know more about what a visual library even is, I'm super happy to make a dedicated video on it, so just let me know. Cynics also has a really amazing video series about design theories, which also covers visual libraries. I'll link it as a card. Drawing different things like various nose depths or fullness of the cheek, stuff like that is really helpful as a character designer. Plus, it's really easy to get stuck in same face syndrome, which isn't the worst thing in the world or anything. Some artists really don't mind it. But for me, someone who tends to overthink pretty much everything in my life, I really enjoy drawing a range of features to show how beautiful people come in so many different looks. That's something that's been really important to me since I was a teenager. I blame it on Disney princess noses and my own childhood insecurities around all of that, but that is a can of worms for another day. If I ever feel like I'm only drawing one kind of conventionally attractive nose, for example, I'll usually pivot after a while, and it feels really good to draw something different. It kind of feels like stretching, but creatively, if that makes any sense. Not that this is the most diverse example or anything, I mean, it's still pretty full of conventionally attractive people. I think 2 of them are actresses, but that's the kind of thing I like to think about since I spend a lot of my time making things like this. I'm trying to get good at making interesting character sheet backgrounds. Peach Riot is one of my current hyperfixations, and I'm just obsessed with the way that each character sheet is jam-packed with personality. I've always struggled with feeling some kind of, I don't know how to explain it other than like a weird sensory overload whenever I look at artworks with extreme detail. I'm sure I'm far from the only one to deal with that, but I've really been working on that recently, forcing myself to stare deeply at artworks like that and really try to understand each layer of detail instead of just mentally glossing over it like I usually do. So in a way, this is like a personal exercise for me to lightly practice adding more than a couple elements to a single piece. In the past, I've given the portrait painting my all and then just like called it a day. So nowadays, that approach feels a little bit amateur to me. Like I could definitely do more, you know? I just kind of went over each element with, I would duplicate the layer and then change the duplicate on top to like a new blend mode. And I would just kind of look around. For some, changing it to overlay had a really cool effect. And then for other elements, it just kind of like looked drab. So I would change it to something really, really bright, like the add layer or screen layer. I think I used the divide layer once. But that's just kind of something that you need to like feel out sometimes and just experiment, have fun. I really gave myself like an hour, 45 minutes to do that. It was just a little extra love. If you draw as well, then I'd love to know if you made anything during this video. Thanks for sticking with me. Speaking of which, if this isn't the first video for me that you've watched all the way through, please consider subscribing and liking, doing all the things. I'm here for you every week, and I'm melmel.cascas, not only here but also on Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Patreon. If you'd like to see more drawings, check out my channel. See you next week. Bye!